So chemical bonding. I think you all have studied about the chemical bonds, the fact related to the bonds, how bonds formed. Okay, why the bond form? Main reason is why bond form. Can anyone tell me the answer? Why elements form bonds?
For stability.
For
Yes,
stability.
yes, for stability. All right, because they cannot remain in the atmosphere in unpaired condition. At that time, they can combine with anything and form anything. All right, so that is why there is a specific criteria of forming bond. It is not possible that each and every element combine with each other and form bond. No, it is not actually possible. But there is a specific criteria that one has to share the electron and second has to accept the electron. Okay, ionic bond, covalent bonds, these types of bond you have studied in 10th class. And a part of this London force of attraction, dispersion force, one type special type of bond is also there, electrostatic force. I think you are all familiar with the electrostatic force, right? When electrostatic force developed, the children used to rub their scale on their head, and after that they used to attract the dust particles or pieces of paper. That is also a force of attraction. So bond is not actually that type of structure which just tightly pack the molecules together. It can be a normal hydrogen bond. It can be a normal electrostatic bond. So bond is just a force of attraction with which two molecules combine together. Either they share the electron, either they experience the force of attraction with which they attract. Let us talk about the magnetic force. If I have a magnetic bar and I have an iron nail, so what happened? That magnetic bar attracts that iron nail. So what is that force which come into play when magnetic come in close to the iron nail? So that is the force is magnetic force of attraction, right? That is also a bond which just exerts between the iron nail and the magnet bar. All right, so when we talk about the chemical bonds, there are some chemical reactions which takes place while forming bond. So chemical bonds are different and physical bonds are different. Physical bonds just form because of some changes. Sometimes when in winters, when we take off our sweaters, our hair used to stick and we used to hear some crickling sound. Chat 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 wali sound हमें सुनाई देती है. Why? Because of the force of attraction which exert between our woolen natural fibers and our hairs, and that is electrostatic force. Okay, so that type of bond is considered to be as different type. But in chemistry we used to study the chemical bonds which led to the formation of the molecular structure. What is a molecule? Can anyone tell me what is molecule or compound? Tell me beta, what is said to be a molecule? What is the difference between an atom and a molecule? Anyone can talk. No need to raise hands.
A group of atoms is known as molecule.
Yes. When an element is singly present, at that time that is known as atom singly. But when it's paired either with the same type of element or with other elements, when it combines, it forms molecules. So you can say the group of elements or the group of atoms are known as the molecules. So for example, if we talk about just hydrogen, H. So H is an atom, it's an element. But when two H combine together, they form a hydrogen molecule. That is why we used to use word oxygen molecule, O2. Oxygen is single element and O2 is a molecule. All right. So let's just move down to the chapter and let us talk about what are chemical bonds. Okay. So what is a chemical bond? The attractive force which hold various constituents such as atoms, molecules, and ions together in different chemical species is called covalent bond. So we used to study different types of bond. So let us start with the covalent bonding. Why covalent bond form? When the atoms and ions combine together, the force which attractive force which hold the atoms together and form a molecule. These are known as the covalent bonds. A covalent bond includes the share of electron between two. Sharing. What is sharing? Sharing means one is donating, another one is accepting. So that is sharing. So if I am donating my electron, so someone is there to accept my electron. So this is the criteria which is followed by the elements to form the covalent bond. Next, there are different types of theses were there. Some different scientists came and they just explain all the content on the basis of their theories. So previously, when scientists do anything to explain about the bonds, when they explain about anything, they just give a perception that how this thing happened. All right. So there was a scientist, Pascal Lewis, approaches to the chemical bonding, and Lewis postulated that the atom achieve a stable octet when linked via chemical bond. So he stated clearly that whenever the atoms combine together, at that time they attain a stable octet. Stable octet means stable electronic configuration which led to the stability of that molecules, and at that time these elements are linked with the chemical bonds. Okay, so in case of bond formed from H2 and F2, let us talk about the molecule. I've just told you about the hydrogen molecule, right? So H2 and F2 etc, the bond formed from the sharing of electrons between the atoms in case each atom attain a stable outer octet electron. So what happened? Why the hydrogen and F2 combine? Why they combine in the atmosphere? What is the reason? The reason is, so in if a hydrogen molecules just remain in unpaired state in the atmosphere, so it can combine with anything. Maybe it may combine with chlorine and form HCl. It may combine with the it may combine with sulfur components, form sulfur dioxide and sulfurous acid, which led to the acid rain. Right? So if they can combine with anything. So if they don't have any other element which can accept the electron offered by the hydrogen, and just hydrofluorine do not have any element to get the electron, so at that time they combine with each other and form a temporary molecule, and these type of molecules or these type of bond are formed because of sharing. So they share the electron between the two elements and attain a stable octet, or you can say stable electronic configuration. So for that he just gave a special type of symbol that is known as the Lewis symbol. So Lewis symbol, in the formation of a molecule, only outer electron or group valence of electron take part in chemical bonding, hence are called the valency electron. So generally we know this thing that which electron participate in the bond formation. Which electron? Only the outermost electron, or you can say unpaired electron, which are present in the outermost shell. So those electrons which are in the unpaired state, these are known as the valency electron, and the shell in which these electrons are present is known as the valency shell. All right. So in electrons of the sp and f orbital do not take part in the bond formation, only d orbital take part. So according to him, he explained that only electrons which are present in d orbital can take part in bond formation, and other than that, which are present in sp and f do not participate in bond formation. So that was his concept only. Okay, earlier he explained each and everything in detail. Okay, so to just specify and to explain about the valency electron, he just take a normal structure in which he arranged the valency electron or the electron which are present in the outermost shell in the form of dots, okay, around the elements. So for example, if we talk about the lithium, what is the atomic number of lithium? Yes,
Three.
what? Yes, 3. So in first shell we have 2 paired electrons. So there is no need to mention those electrons in the bond formation. So since it has 2 unpaired electrons, so that is why we used to just put this electron in the form of that dot around the element. So Lewis symbols are shown as shown and are given below. So Lewis symbol only shows the group valency or electrons that take part in the chemical bond. Hence, it is called the valency electron. So these electrons, you can say these symbols, they just denote all those electrons which take part in the bond formation. We will not mention other electrons. Yeah, you can say the electrons other than these valency electrons will not mention around the element. We have to mention only the valency electrons around the elements. So by this we came to know that this element, for example, if we talk about the carbon, so it means that in the valency shell 4 electrons are there, unpaired electrons are there. So that is why it can combine with the CH4. One more thing is there. Student used to ask this, ma'am, only 2 unpaired electrons are there in the P in carbon. What is the atomic number of carbon?
6.
6. Electronic configuration? What is the electronic configuration of carbon?
1s2, 2s2.
1s2, 2s2, 2p2.
2p2.
Yes. So 2 electrons are there in the p orbital, but when it goes to the excited state, or we can tell about the outermost participating shell is 2. So that electron in the 2s, 1 electron jump and move to the 2p2, and at that condition 4 unpaired electrons are there in the carbon. Okay, so that is why it shows +2 and +2, -2, +4 and -4 oxidation state, because carbon has a tendency to combine with metals as well as non-metals. Example, with non-metals, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, and with metals, methane, CH4. All right. So what is the significance of the Lewis symbols? The number of dots found in these symbols represents the number of valency electrons. So what is the significance of this? That the number of dots present around the elements, they just tells us about what the number of valency electrons present in that element. Okay, so this number, common or group valency of the electron, the group valency of the elements is generally either equal to the number of dot in the Lewis symbol or 8 minus the number of dots of the valency electron. So how you can find out the group valency? So it may be equal to the Lewis dot structures, or you can say Lewis dot symbol, or you can minus it with the 8. You can minus all the dots with the 8 and you will get the proper number. You can say proper number of electrons which are going to participate in the bond formation. Next is what was his theory actually? So his theories in terms of chemical bonding is, in the periodic table, the highly electronegative halogens and the highly electropositive alkali metals are separated by noble gases. I think you all remember the periodic table. Which one is the halogen group? The fluorine family. Okay. After that, noble gases comes the helium family. And when we go back to the first group, at that time, alkali metals are present. So they have explained that the highly electronegative halogens, that is fluorine family, and the highly electropositive alkali metals, that is lithium family, they both are separated by the noble gases with the helium family. That Hina Argar Zaran means the helium, the what is xenon, krypton, argon, these are the noble gases. The formation of a negative ion from a halogen atom and a positive ion from the alkali metals are associated with the gain and loss of electron by the respective atom. So how the charge develop on the elements. Where at what time we used to put charge above the element? When they,
when it gains or lose.
yes, when they gain or lose the electron. When halogens lose the electron, negative charge will be mentioned. And when the alkali metals, sorry, the when alkali metals donate the electron, positive charge mentioned, and when halogens accept that electron, negative charge mentioned. So it depends on the donation and acceptance of electron. All right. So the negative and positive ion thus formed attain stable noble gas electronic configuration. So both the ions attain a stable noble gas electronic configuration, means at that time they have each and every electron paired, or they have the complete electronic configuration. That is the reason that why elements donate or accept the electron. So the noble gases, with the exception of helium, which has duplet of elements, have a particular stable outer shell configuration of 8, which is known as octet. So octet electrons, that is NS2 and NP6. So a part of the noble gases, if we talk about that, these elements, after accepting or donating the electrons, they attain a stable electronic configuration and have complete 8 electrons. That is why for these 8 electrons we used to use specific word octet. Octet is for the 8 electron in the outermost shell. As you can see, NS2 NP6. If we total this 6 and 2, it comes 8. I think this thing is clear to you all. So what happened, as you can see here, how NaCl form, how the elements are combining together. So they are combining together. One is accepting the electron and another one is donating electron. So let us take an example of formation of NaCl. NaCl is the sodium chloride, as you can say, common salt, which we used to have with our food. So formation of NaCl will be like the electronic configuration of Na is Ne, neon, 3s1. Neon, we used to put these things as the base of the electronic configuration, since neon has complete octet and complete electronic configuration. And after that, we used to add the extra shell, subshell there with the electron. Okay. So, but you are not supposed to do this thing in your examination. You have to write complete electronic configuration instead of using these noble gases as the base electronic configuration. Okay. So after donating its 1 electron, 1 positive charge will be there on Na, and this electron is accepted by the chlorine, and after that 1 negative charge will be there on chlorine. So when Na donates the electron, it acquires positive charge, and when Cl accept that electron from the Na, or you can say sodium, negative charge will be assigned to them. Okay. So if you want to write it in the form of reaction, at that time you have to mention the ionic charge and complete the reaction. So for example, Na positive plus Cl negative gives NaCl. Now you can see NaCl do not have any type of charge over it. Why? Because it completes its octet and attain a stable electronic configuration. So let us talk about the electronic configuration. As you can see this, in Na plus Cl, total number of electrons are 3s2, 3p5, 1 electron deficiency is there with the chlorine. So what happened when chlorine accept the electron donated by this, and it attain a stable electronic configuration. So at that time, the electronic configuration will be neon is the base electronic configuration, 3s2, 3p6. So they have complete their octet, and this electronic configuration will be equal to the argon gas. Argon, the same electronic configuration is argon. Okay, so similarly, CaF2 molecule formation can be takes place as given in your textbook. So this thing is given in your textbook, and you have also so many example in your NCERT. So go through the chapter, go through the topic, read it very carefully, and practice a number of equations so that you will be able to understand the content, what they explains, what they have just explained. Okay, that how elements donate and accept the electrons and form compound. Right?